So, Babewatch, the role-playing game by Simon Washburn. You may remember or recognize that name from such games as, surprisingly, Tales from the Wood and Barbarians of Lemuria. Tales from the Wood is some sort of an anthropomorphic thing, apparently, which is fine. Barbarians of Lemuria there's a free version on 1KM, 1KT, 1000 Monkeys, 1000 Typewriters, and there's a commercial deluxe edition also. It's pretty solid. I don't know about the other one, Tales from the Wood. I'm sure it's solid too. But at any rate, the game concerned here is Babewatch. The sun, sex, sea, and sand role-playing game of beach babes and life-saving hunks. Keep your tongue in cheek, a tin in your hand, I presume that means beer, and escape for a while to sunnier climes. And this micro RPG first appeared in Valkyrie magazine, Volume 1, Issue 8. It's a little dated, since Baywatch is not the most popular show right now, although David Hasselhoff and the making fun of David Hasselhoff is still pretty popular. You create a hunk or babe by allocating 15 points between body, brains, and sex appeal. Hunks have to have a minimum of 5 body. Babes require a minimum of 5 in sex appeal, and a minimum of 1 and maximum of 10 for everything. This PDF, I think this is an old PDF. I'm pretty sure there's probably a premium version of this too, but this was actually released free, I believe. It's pretty Spartan and kind of unremarkable, but it's kind of serves its purpose. It's solid. And then after deciding on your attribute scores, you determine skills such as beachcombing, which uses brains, beach wise. I'm not really I guess that's talking to people on the beach and finding things out. Boat handling, looking good, rollerblading, and there's no ending parentheses on there. Hang gliding. But it's got shooting, I'm sure fighting is on here somewhere. Rough stuff there. So it's got your typical role-playing game stuff. And then you have traits. The same number comes up twice. You get the same trait twice. Those were skills. I don't... Okay, here we go. Apparently babes and hunks have different traits. All rolls are made on a D10. When you're doing something you have on a list, you roll against the appropriate attribute. If you don't, then this default roll is 6 or lower. So you might have an 8 or something, but otherwise it's a 6. Free and easy to play. Play free and easy. Players narrate their success as much as possible, and there's pretty much the worst example of it's just you just cut out a picture of some girl somewhere, got a picture off the internet somewhere, and some comic book looks like maybe with a guy. I mean, this was not the product of a lot of effort, but it's still a game. So the babe's traits are X model or actress, bouncy breasts, +1 swimming, flat tummy, long legs, firm buttocks. You kind of notice a theme, pouting lips, and those actually give bonuses to their other skills. So I mean, there is something to that. Sexy voice, tears on cue, trim waist, I guess the flat tummy's different. Hunks, of course, get ex-Marine, cop, Navy SEAL, allows them to do almost anything. Deep chest, good teeth, Neat, but I'm not sure neat is right. Slim waist, steely gaze, strong arms, sturdy legs, tough guy, well bronzed. And then there's adventure ideas, which is pretty par for the course for things like Babewatch. A beach competition. Posters have gone up everywhere. Triathlon, beach volleyball, gang trouble, mazes and monsters. That's pretty funny. Popular role-playing game. Kids have been playing it up by the sea caves, and there's danger signs everywhere, but the kids ignored them. And then the babes and hunks are aware of the problem because of some worried parents. One of Billy's friends, who wasn't with them last night, told the worried parents where the kids normally play their games. Scuba diving, speedboats. That's not a bad idea. You got to give credit to a really creative little free game like this. Other ideas: have a sex pest. I presume that means a pervert. I've never seen the phrase sex pest. It kind of makes me think of some sort of a really odd insect, but school trips with kids needing attention. I mean, there's some thought went into this. Not a ton of effort, but thought. Shark attacks, religious cult. I mean, boy, he's just really dead body. And the playtesters, I don't recognize any of those. Maybe I should. 1995 is how old that is, so it's really not bad. And it's not, with a name like Babewatch, you kind of would have thought there would be a little more character to it. It's just a really, I have to admit, kind of a bland take on the Baywatch pun. But really, it would be up to the GM and the players to deliver the content, because the rules are there and they're pretty flavorful for exactly the genre of the beach lifeguard set as you would see in Baywatch. So, not bad. Kind of interesting for a free game, and kind of things like this, I think, raise the bar for other games, free or not. It's kind of, what is your excuse for not having a more solid game, regardless of how much money is spent, or what kind of complications or lack of sophistication your game has. It's like, if you can't make something that works and is simple and clear, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I think things like this really show I don't know if I'd call it charming, but just an authenticity that is kind of refreshing. But there it was, Babewatch, the role-playing game, by Simon Washburn. And make sure to check out his Barbarians of Lemuria, and also Tales from the Wood.